Hello, fellow Star Trek fans. Welcome back to a brand new episode of 10 Forward with me, your host, Mike Overton, and my wonderful co-host, Jodi Pickens. Jodi, how are you doing this week?
It's Trektastic. I'm Trektastic.
Trektastic. I love that. That is a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Trektastic.
It is.
That is a bit of a mouthful. This week, we are checking out, I can't believe I'm saying this, Season 3, Episode 5 of Strange New World. We are halfway through Season 3 already. Where the hell did that go?
I have no idea.
It's insane. And I think that's the sad part, is we're halfway through the season. Yeah. Oh, well, let's face it, we can always watch it again.
That's right.
That's the beauty of streaming. This week's episode is titled Through the Lens of Time, so let's dive into the episode. We open with a junior officer's log in sickbay. Ensign Gamble is wide-eyed, hopeful about to embark on his first away mission. He's treating Captain Patel for ongoing Gorn-related complications, and there's a lightness to him that immediately makes you kind of nervous because, well, it's Trek. Innocents rarely escape unscathed. Think of all those red shirts. Meanwhile, Nurse Chapel and Dr. Roger Korby, yes, that Korby, are preparing for significant archaeological dig on a planet inhabited by a species called the Macronians. Roger's nervous, Christine's confident, and their relationship is clearly more than, well, just professional. But it gets complicated fast because Chapel crosses paths with La'an, who drops a spicy truth bomb. Well, Spock and she have been, let's just say, enjoying each other's companies with no labels. That's the vibe. Chapel is caught off guard. She plays it cool, but clearly feels some emotional strain. And yes, Spock and Chapel have an elevator scene where basically is a masterclass in Vulcan awkward tension. But the real meat of this episode kicks in with the away team. Chapel, Uhura, Gamble, and Ortega's documentary filming brother Umberto, and of course Dr. Korby. They beam down to investigate a magnetic anomaly, and they uncover, well, a mysterious ancient structure buried beneath the surface. A deflector beam from the Enterprise reveals a hidden entrance that's guarded by a hovering orb and lined with alien glyphs that bear an uncanny similarities to Macronian writing. It gets stranger. To gain entrance, Christine sacrifices a drop of her blood, and it works. Suddenly, she's the key to, well, whatever this place is. Spock and La'an beam down to support the team, but diplomacy quickly hits a snag when the Macronians deny any further personnel. That means this small team are, well, they're on their own, cut off from the Enterprise and entering what might be a temple, tomb, prison, torture chamber, who knows? Inside the structure, things spiral quickly. Well, we didn't see that one coming, did we? Because Trek. They find a dissected body, seemingly starved to death, surrounded by stolen artifacts. And there's a horrifying implication. Someone was trapped. They tried to rob the place and paid the price. Spock urges the team to pull back, but Korby and Chapel insist on pressing forward, believing that this is more of a scientific find and is part of Macronian heritage. They discover a list of thousands of names and artifacts that hint at immortality achieved through quantum instability. But Gamble, poor Ensign Gamble, touches one of the alien orbs and it explodes, burning out both his eyes. He's been back to sickbay, but what follows is, well, pure Trek horror. More horror than last week's episode. His brain scans are, well, they're dead. Yet he's conscious and talking. Worse, he starts shifting? Channeling something ancient and malevolent. He knows things, well, that he just shouldn't. He speaks in languages he's never heard, and where Captain Patel sees him, she snaps. She and the alien inside Gamble suddenly recognize each other, and what follows is a terrifying Gorn-style brawl that reveals something deep and possibly dangerous that still lingers inside Patel, courtesy of her previous infection. Back on the planet, the away team becomes separated across multiple dimensional layers of the structure. Spock, Chapel, La'an, Christine, Uhura, and Umberto, they're all technically in the same room, but they can't see each other. It's only thanks to Umberto's AI camera that tracks biosignatures are they able to realize that they're occupying overlapping dimensional spaces. Reality is fractured. and time may not be linear anymore. As they decipher the glyphs and the quantum irregularities, Spock theorizes that in place of this ruin, it's a prison. The orbs aren't weapons, they're containment units, and they're full of something, possibly thousands of ancient entities that, if released, could threaten the galaxy. Aboard the Enterprise, Gamble is still possessed, kills a guard, and escapes containment. The alien inside him demands command codes. Dr. Mbenga pleads with whatever remains of Gamble to fight back. It's devastating, and you can see Mbenga blaming himself for ever letting the kid go on the mission. In a final standoff, Pelia kills Gamble, and Scotty's ever genius traps the alien in the containment orb and beams it into the transporter buffer, essentially a high-tech holding cell. It's smart, it's risky, but it's very Star Trek. In a debrief, Pike and the crew reflect. The site was hiding more than just a lost culture, it was housing an ancient evil, one that nearly escaped. Mbenga mourns the death of Gamble, and in a haunting final moment, Mbenga steps away from the transporter buffer display. Its screen is flickering between Gamble's biosignature and the alien entity, to inform Gamble's parents of their son's death. But as we pull back, one unsettling question lingers. Is Gamble really gone, or is something still alive in there? The episode was a powerhouse, emotional, eerie, and full of sci-fi twists that actually feel earned. It deepens the mythology of the Macronians, teases what immortality might cost, and puts Chapel, Spock, and Mbenga in some of their most complex roles yet. And with the Gorn threat bubbling back up, we're reminded that the monsters don't just lie, they wait. Do you know what, Jodi? I think this is my favourite episode of the season. I really enjoyed this. It is typical good, well, I'm going to say good old-fashioned Trek.
Right. It really is.
We've seen, parallel universes before, and it was just done in, I just really, really enjoyed it. It was done well.
There's that Vulcan chess game that's multi-dimensional, multi-layered that we've seen.
3D chess.
Yeah. Yep. So that's what this episode really made me think about once, they're inside, is that we, for this first time, we're seeing, I don't know, alternate timelines, alternate universes, something existing all at the same time. And that's such a fun perspective for us to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. This episode, just fantastic.
I mean, also, I think the props and sets in this episode are really good. Now, again, it's the VR wall, but it was done in such a way that it was really difficult to actually make out that it was the VR wall. And it wasn't super obvious that it's in your face like it has been, not just in this season, but previous seasons and previous shows. But the props were absolutely outstanding. I mean, those orbs are stunning.
Yes. And I loved how even in the background, things were always moving and moving differently in those sets. And it really was, you wanted to see more of it. It kept you wanting to see more.
And it also gave it, because everything was moving in the background, it gave it some real immersion as well.
Yes, absolutely.
And once again, we got a lot of Pelia. Oh, I love that character. Carol Kane does such a fantastic job with that character. And I just think anything that whenever she's in a scene, she steals the scene, and
hands down,
absolutely nailed it.
She Carol Kane's it, doesn't she? I mean, let's be honest.
She Carol Kane's it.
I really like that. Yeah, I think that could be our new phrase. I like that Pelia's getting they're finally using the character they need to be used, like we want to see her used. Yeah. I mean, she has all this experience across the timelines and just this history, and I think we're finally getting tidbits of that, and she knows things, and she proved that those things can be useful to the crew and to their situations. And I hope we see more of this. I hope this is a beginning of a setup to learn more about her as a character and to see more of her involvement in these storylines. And like you said, Carol Kane just delivers this character in all of their quirky, all-knowing, sassy ways. I love it.
No, absolutely. And also, I think we kind of, as you already said, we're getting some more of that history of Pelia. You know, we see this week where she's seen this before. And I think that leaves the door open to, is this a kind of something that Pelia has seen before? Or is this something that, you know, it's culturally seen before? Lanthanites have seen this before throughout history. So it's really cool that they've left that kind of door cracked open to kind of explore. So I'm really interested to see where or if they take that further.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, it's always not just sunshines and rainbows. There's only one thing that both you and I agree on this week, and that's the fact that we're 5 episodes into a 10-episode season, and that this episode could quite easily have been a 2-parter, but damn you streaming and only allowing us 10 episodes, we never got the 2-parter that we deserved.
Right. I feel, you know, just for all the things we liked, the Pelia storyline, the props, and the scenery, like, I wanted to know more about all of those things. And on top of that, just character development in general. We get a lot of information about our key characters, and it's done in a sentence or two.
Yeah.
In the dialogue, which I get. We don't have time to deep dive into that because we only have 10 episodes. And that is my frustration, is that there's some really great writing happening, and there's some really amazing acting happening, and the storytelling of Trek is continuing to evolve, and I want more. I have so many questions from this episode, and I needed the 2-parter to get some of those answers, and now I have to wait, and we only have 5 episodes left. So,
I know.
Boo.
And I think it's not just, I mean, for whatever reason, Paramount and CBS Studios, they have shows that run for 18, 19 episodes. SWAT, The Rookie, both of which are CBS Studio shows, are 15 to 18 episodes long. Why can't we get a 12-episode season?
Right.
Just
12
2
to
episodes.
15? Right. I would take
even
any
just
of that.
2 episodes. Just 2 episodes. Because then we can get a 2-parter, and then we'll be happy.
Then we'll want another one.
We always want another one. I mean,
we always want more.
Let's face it, there's only 25 episodes of Strange New Worlds left.
Right.
That's a scary thought.
And I already think about, like, here we...
Season 5 is, I think, is 8 episodes or 6.
Right.
Season 5 is even less.
Yeah.
20 episodes.
See, we're not in a good spot. But I also look back and think, my goodness, think of all the storytelling that's already happened.
Absolutely.
In this season. So it's just... Strange New World is not letting us down.
No. It just reminds me of, like... it kind of reminds me nowadays, it's like a super concentrated squash. Everything is there's so much crammed into every episode.
Yes.
Because there's only 10 episodes in a season. But hey, there's not a lot we can do about it. And anyway,
we still love it.
Absolutely. Now, every episode we have a standout, and let's face it, Chris Myers this week was the standout. His character was absolutely fantastic. I've thoroughly enjoyed Gamble as a character.
I mean, look, he was interesting when we first were introduced to him, and that, you know, he has the young ensign excitement, you know, that we often see. But this episode went to a completely other level.
Yeah.
And not just with the character, but boy, did Chris Myers deliver for us in this.
Oh, absolutely.
As an actor.
Yeah.
Hands down. Bravo, sir. But Gamble's so full of idealism, and he's eager for this first away mission. And then he just really becomes that sacrificial lamb, you know, of characters. But in a way that just, wow.
See, that also annoys me a little bit, is the fact, why is it whenever we get a really enthusiastic, energized, you know, young ensign, there's always some really horrible, sinister thing that happens to them. In this case, he gets his eyes blown out.
Right.
I mean, taken over by an alien. I mean, we just once have a nice, enthusiastic ensign that does last longer than an episode, or a nice, enthusiastic young ensign that might actually get promoted past ensign. Harry Kim, I'm looking at you.
Harry Kim. Well, we do have our Lower Decks crew did get promoted.
Yes, that's true.
So we'll give them that. But I really think, I mean, in our live action stuff, the ensigns are the new red shirts. I mean, that's how they get used and abused a little bit. So,
No,
but I do think that, like you said, Myers. I mean, this transformation he did, it's harrowing. It's just the quickness at which he changed from, that kind of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde vibe that was going on. But you got the sinister vibe. I mean, and not just because he didn't have eyes, but wow, just amazing. It was intriguing, and I wanted to know more about that entity.
Yes, second episode.
Right. Just all we
never
needed
gonna let
was
this
just
go. We're never gonna let this go.
No, never. But I love it. I think this was one of the most tragic and maybe one of the most creepiest Trek twists we've had in a while, and I'm there for it. I also have to give a shout out to I'm going to forget the actress's name, Captain Patel.
Yes.
The way she turned Gorn on us in that moment, that was impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I think the acting as a whole throughout the entire episode was absolutely top tier.
Yeah.
Can't fault it at all.
From everyone.
Yeah.
No matter how big their presence was, it's a powerful episode, and I think this is going to be long talked about.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. To recap this episode then, Strange New World hits the halfway mark with a confident, compelling episode that balances sci-fi mystery, a little bit of horror, and some heartfelt character work. Through the Lens of Time introduces intriguing new concepts while skillfully weaving together narrative threads that have been building over the season. It's always a treat when we get to visit a new world, and, Macron, whilst only briefly explored, makes a memorable impression that, thanks to strong design and world building. Guest stars Killian O'Sullivan and Chris Myers give standout performances anchoring the story's emotional core. The horror elements are executed with precision. Familiar beats are given just enough of a twist to keep things fresh. And guess what? Carol Kane continues to be a scene-stealing delight, flipping between cryptic warnings and, just sheer deadpan humour with ease. This is Strange New Worlds at its absolute best, taking high-concept sci-fi premise and grounding it in layered character drama. The friction between Spock and Korby adds some philosophical weight, and, Christine is also kind of just caught in the middle, forced to confront where her loyalties are lying. We get a welcome and deepening bond between Uhura and Beto, and Nyota stepping up as a calm, capable leader in a crisis. The ensemble works extremely well here, and most of the characters are getting meaningful moments, though Erica Ortega's arc remains conspicuously paused? Who knows? With her early season trauma still unresolved, the show's brief acknowledgement of her history feels kind of more like a placeholder to come. One of the episode's strongest elements is its refusal to spoon-feed answers. The fate of Gamble, now possessed by a mysterious Vesda lifeform, is left ambiguous, trusting the audience to draw their own conclusions. The surrogate father-son bond between him and Mbenga adds more emotional weight, and Pelia's tough call serves as a jarring reminder of the stakes. The slow burn mystery around Captain Patel also deepens, whilst subtle hints fueling Gorn transformer theory, combined with the haunting wells of the Vesda host on the planet's surface. It's clear that this storyline is far from over, and it's refreshing to see a new alien threat that doesn't feel derivative. Finally, major credit goes to the production design team. Sets, costumes, and overall atmosphere elevate the entire episode. After a divisive outing last week, this week feels like a confident return to form, though eerie and emotionally rich. Let's face it, it's a strong, layered episode that plays to the series' strengths. Smart sci-fi, meaningful character work, and just enough weird to keep us guessing. Let's hope this momentum carries into the back half of this season. And yes, I am still very annoyed that we are halfway through. Not just halfway through Star Trek Strange New Worlds, but halfway through this season of 10 Forward. Remember to make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure you hit the little bell icon as well, so you know when we next upload the next episode next week. But until then, be brave, be strong, and live long and prosper.